Hello and welcome to the Scouting How-To. This video podcast will hopefully give people a better understanding of what the BSA Blue Card is, what it's used for, where to get one, and more importantly, how to fill one out properly. With that being said, let's get started. So what is a Blue Card and what's it used for? A Blue Card is the informal name of the merit badge application, form number 34124. You can probably guess why it's just called the Blue Card. Generally, your Scoutmaster or Patrol Leader will have these for you. These cards can be purchased online or you can get them from your local Scout shop. There are also ones that you can download to your computer, fill them out, and print them out at home. Regardless of which route you choose, you still have to know how to fill one out properly. This can save you time and aggravation and make the process much more enjoyable, not just for the Scout and the Scoutmaster, but also the merit badge counselors as well as the parents. An important point to make here before going much further is this. There is one person that is responsible for all aspects of the Blue Card, from start to finish, and that is the Scout. It is his responsibility to make sure that the card is filled out properly, signed in all the right places, makes it to all its appointed rounds, and in the end is safely retained. So now that you have the Blue Card, how do you fill it out? Hey, good question. Just follow the steps outlined in this video podcast. Throughout the video, I will show you what needs to be filled in and tell you if it's a portion that the Scoutmaster, or the Merit Badge Counselor fills out. Hopefully, it will be an informative tool that you can use and will share with other Scouts, that might need a little help along the way as well. The Blue Card is divided into 3 parts with a front and a back on each part. You should keep the Blue Card completely intact until you are finished with the Merit Badge. At that point, the counselor will separate the cards and give you the parts that you need. Here's what the front of the card looks like. On the right-hand side of the front, you can see where it says Application for Merit Badge. This is where the Scout will put his personal information as well as his troop information. If you're filling this out by hand, please make every attempt to write clearly and legibly. You may have to write small, but trust me, all the needed information will fit. On the top 3 lines is where the Scout fills in his name and his mailing address. The name should be the registered Scout's name, usually their full name, so no nicknames. Don't forget to put a check in the appropriate box for Boy Scout, Varsity Scout, or Venturer. On the next line, you need to fill in whether you're a member of a troop, team, or crew, followed by that unit's number. Here, we're using the fictitious troop number of 789. Fill in the next 2 lines with your district and council information. So this is what our card looks like at this given point. Okay, now let's turn our card over to the back side. Here's what the back looks like. On the back, the Scout is to fill out a little bit of information in each of the 3 sections. An easy way to remember it is that moving from left to right, there's 1 thing to fill out in the left-hand section, 2 things to fill out in the middle, and 3 things to fill out in the right-hand section. Let's get to it. Looking at the left-hand section, you can see where the name of the merit badge that you are looking to earn is entered at the top. In the middle section, 2 things to fill in here. At the top is the Scout name, same as on the front. Once again, in this section, you put in what merit badge you're looking to earn. It sounds redundant, but remember, each of these sections will be separated in the end and will be headed to different places. Okay, so on the right-hand side, there are how many things to fill in? Remember the 1, 2, 3? Right. On the right-hand side, there are 3 things to fill in. Once again, with the Scout name at the top, a checkbox for troop, team, or crew, and then the name of the merit badge once again. Here's what the back portion of the Blue Card should look like at this point. Now you are ready to take this Blue Card for your Scoutmaster and have him sign it. This is a very important step. According to the Scoutmaster Handbook, a Scout needs to have his Scoutmaster's signature before starting work on the merit badge. This is your Scoutmaster's approval to start work. So, where does the signature go? On the front of the card, on the section where it says Application for Merit Badge, at the bottom of that section, he would sign the card and date it. Once the Scoutmaster had signed this card, The Scout is now ready to begin work on the merit badge. Here's where we are today. Let's move back to the center section again. Either you or your merit badge counselor can write down the corresponding numbers and letters of the specific requirements for the merit badge you're looking to earn. Remember that some numbers will say do 3 of the following or say do all of the following, so you may or may not know exactly which requirements you will do. As an example, here with our computer merit badge, the Scout is to choose 3 from several that are listed for number 6. Sometimes it may be better to place the correct amount of numbers and leave the letters until you figure out for sure which ones you're going to do. This also has the added benefit of acting more or less as a placeholder. Take a look at the card here and you'll see what I mean. When you have completed a requirement, your counselor will sign off on the card using his initials and the date completed, as seen here. Here we can see that requirements 1 through 4 were completed on July 12, 2011. Here we see that the Scout completed all requirements for number 5 on July 19th, on so on, and so on, and so on. As we can now see, the Scout has finished up all the requirements and did so on September the 15th, 2011. Great job. One of the things that this illustrates is the fact that although some merit badges may be completed in one sitting, that is not always the case. In fact, it usually takes more than one day, and you may have more than one merit badge counselor. Main thing is to ensure that all requirements are dated and initialed. Remember, as we said before, it is the Scout's responsibility to make sure that everything is filled in completely and correctly. Okay, you're almost done, but there's still a few signatures that need to be added to make sure all is complete. On the front of the blue card, on the leftmost section, is a place where the merit badge counselor's contact information needs to go. Most counselors will fill that out for you. The contact information here should be for the merit badge counselor that is actually providing the final sign-off. Here is their name, address, and phone number. Although the Scout may have had more than one counselor, the one giving the final sign-off is the one that you put on the card. The Scout should keep a record of all contact information for all the counselors that have worked on the card with them. Another thing to note in the case of multiple counselors is that if a counselor is signed off on a requirement, another counselor cannot make the Scout redo or revoke that requirement. It is permissible, however, that if the other counselor's contact information cannot be validated, the counselor can review those requirements with the Scout. Once the counselor is satisfied that the Scout has completed all requirements and is ready to give the final approval, he or she must sign and date on this section. The counselor must sign and date in the center section as well. And finally, the counselor fills in the date of completion in the rightmost section. The counselor may also write some remarks if they so choose, as we can see was done here. You're now finished with the part of filling out the blue card, but now is one of the most important steps. You need to make sure that the counselor detaches the far right section. He or she will keep that for their records. The other two sections need to make it back to your Scoutmaster or your unit's advancement chair. At this point, your blue card will be signed and processed by your unit, and soon you will be awarded your merit badge. When you receive your merit badge, you should get back the center portion. Do yourself a favor and keep this along with all the other blue card center pieces in a very safe place. When you go before your Eagle Review Board, you will need to bring all your blue cards with you as proof of all of the merit badges that you have earned. That's all there is to filling out the blue card. Hopefully you have gleaned some useful information, and please share this with others that you feel may get something out of it as well. Until next time, remember, be prepared.